everyone to this week's edition of ZEEspeaks. I'm your girl, Ms. Z, and I'm here today with the CEO of Academia in Motion, Ms. Marcie Brooks. Y'all, let me tell you, I have been thinking about how many times we've tried to get this together, and the enemy always found some way of getting in the way or doing whatever. But I just think the timing is everything. And what she has to share with you guys today is perfect for right now, and it's perfect for the people who God has blessed her to be able to be a bridge for in their life as a student in one level to a student in the next level in their lives. So, welcome, Miss Marcie, to I'm super
Wow,
excited.
thank you. I love the introduction. I feel so blessed. Thank you for having me.
Hey, listen, you know how I feel about you, girl, and you know how I feel about what you do. So let's just jump right in and share with the people what academia in motion actually means and what your brand is all about.
Say that last part again. And what's what?
What your brand is about.
Okay. So, Academia in Motion, AIM. We are an organization, nonprofit that started in 2014. And we originally started because I was working at a high school and there were so many kids coming to me saying, I don't know how to fill out an application for college. Do they have any scholarships for college? And I was like, yes, baby, yes. And of course, that wasn't my job, but I have a heart for young people.
Yes.
And it just took off from there, right? So I ended up getting fired from that job, from that school.
I
And the
remember
day after I got fired, I don't know how all these kids and parents got my phone number,
that.
but kids and parents started calling me, how am I going to fill out my application? Who going to help me with my schedule? This and that and the other. And at the time, my beloved mother was alive. I called her and I said, Mama, these kids are asking me to help them with scholarships. I got some coming over today so I can help them, and got some more coming over the other day. She said, okay, well, that's going to be a business.
Mm.
I said, I can't charge them for this.
Okay, mama.
And I don't think you've ever heard this story, Zandra.
I think
So I
no.
said, okay. I said, well, you got to come up with a name, Mama. And I said, all I told her was I wanted to be an acronym. My
Mm.
mama called me back and said, AIM,
Wow.
Academia in Motion. That's
Wow.
your business. Go register.
I love
Girl.
that woman. Wow. Wow.
So that's how it started. So that was in 2009 when I
Jeez.
started working with, preparing kids for high school. And let's move on to 2014 when it became a nonprofit.
Right.
And we started taking college tours. So
Mm-hmm.
many kids throughout the city of Houston. It doesn't matter what school you come from, what neighborhood. All it matters is if you are willing to learn
Mm-hmm.
about colleges, about careers,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is. We were taking kids on college tours out of the state, um, to Dallas, to Memphis, we were just all over the place, right?
Right.
Louisiana. And
Right.
so it just grew from that point. Um, Along the way, we also started a gala, scholarship gala in honor of my mom.
Right.
That she started it. So we had to go ahead and honor her
That's right.
and give scholarships. Yeah, give scholarships to students who were working in the community as
Mm-hmm.
well as working towards their high school diploma at the
That's
time.
amazing.
And so, uh-huh. Yeah. So that's one thing. And then another leg of AIM is
Mm-hmm.
called the AIM Teen Camp, which you
Yes.
are very familiar with.
Yes.
Um, the
Yes.
teen camp is in the 8th year
Mm-hmm.
for teenagers. It is
Jesus.
not your typical camp. And if I could just tell you how that started,
Come on. Let's know.
when my daughter was in the 7th, I'm sorry.
I said, come on, let us know.
When my daughter was in the 7th grade, I was looking for a camp for her for the summer for
Mm-hmm.
her age group.
Mm-hmm.
There weren't many for for 12-year-olds.
Right.
And I said, so let me put something together, just something real, small level. Got with one of my friends, and we put something together, and we ended up having 42 kids.
The first year?
Once for the first summer out in
Wow.
Conroe. Yeah, yeah. Out in Conroe at the KOA campgrounds.
Wow.
And I invited college representatives from
Mm-hmm.
University of Houston, from TSU, Southern University, all these schools. I invited all of these colleges as well as alumni reps who
Right.
came out and talked to the kids about, what you can do to get into college, if you choose to go that route, or if you want to go to the military, or if you want to start your own business, whatever
Right.
the case is. And
Right.
here we are 10 years later. Even though we're having the 8th annual, we skipped 2 years. We didn't do 2020 and 2021.
Right.
So
Right.
this would have been our 10th year doing the camp. So
Goodness.
the camp once again is coming up this summer. So that's my introduction.
Well, I tell you, you know how we have such a, we both have such a passion for these young adults and giving them the help that they need because they have so much noise around them to where it's hard for them to focus on what they want. Because first of all, they don't really know. They have some
Yeah.
inkling, some idea, but it's always good to have people like you that were in the actual schools who were giving them that extra. You didn't have to do that. That's something you chose to do. Your mother instilled that in you, and it's a beautiful thing to know that story now. I really cherish what you're doing because I know that your mother played a big role in why you chose to do what you did, but I know how much she impacted so much about Anne from the
Right.
name and going forward. But I always tell you, Marcy, that I believe that this is bigger, bigger than what you even can imagine. And I wanted to have you on today because I wanted you to be able to reach some people. We do know some of the same people. Our people don't know the same people. And I want to be able to
Yeah.
get the word out even more, reach a different audience for you to help bring some more kids in front of your face so that you can help them to do the things that you've been helping kids do for 10 years now. I just can't believe it's been that long. I can't believe it. You're busy.
Yeah.
You're a busy woman. You're a businesswoman. You've got a lot of things that you are a part of. How do you keep the balance between your church life, your family life, your aim life, and your business life? How do you keep the balance? Entrepreneurship is not for the weak, but
Right.
you make it
Right.
work. How do you do that?
That's a very, very good question. Man, and I wish I honored that daily, but I don't.
We all work
However,
in
I
progress.
am the type of person that I make sure it's not every day. I won't tell that.
Mhm,
But I do make sure that sometimes I just shut down
mhm.
everything else, work related, my day job, all of that, and say,
Right,
it's Marcy time.
right, right.
It's
Yeah,
Marcy time.
right. That's
And let
important.
me just tell you, if you don't have that balance, you'll be like this.
True.
Okay? And that's
It's
not a good
important.
position.
It's important. And as women, um, especially when we have that nurturing, that motherly instinct, we tend to want to kind of
Yeah.
take people along with us and do some of the things that we need to do. I know over the years, you've helped me and I've helped you, and you get to depend on certain people, and that makes it a little bit easier if you could reach out to a different demographic of kids. Who would that be?
Oh, wow. Great, great, great. All these good questions. you know what? I come across kids in different what I guess different communities is what I could
Mhm,
say. But in
mhm,
the work that I do, I just come across different types of kids.
mhm,
And I'll use A-Leaf ISD as an example.
mhm,
I
mhm,
did some work in A-Leaf ISD about a year ago.
mhm.
A-Leaf is not that far. It's in Houston,
Right, right,
okay?
right.
But these kids did not know about the universities that are here in their city.
Wow.
And I
Wow.
was talking to a eighth grader. Yeah. I said, "Have you ever heard of TSU?" She said, "University of Houston?"
Oh, wow.
I said,
Wow.
"No, TSU is Texas Southern University." "Oh, is that a college?"
Oh my
I
God.
mean, very innocent, very innocent.
Eighth grade?
So, man, oh, it was so alarming. So if there was any population of kids that I could get to, I would start in A-Leaf
Wow.
and I would
But that,
introduce
listen, to
those
anybody
kids.
that's out here listening in A-Leaf, this your girl. Keep listening because later on in the show, we're gonna let you know how to reach out and how to get in touch. But here's one of the things that I really love the most because I've gone to the teen conference in the summertime, and I was so just amazed with the kids who want the information, just the
Yeah.
questions that were asked and some of the presenters that you had there. I remember you having a young lady on who helped speak to them about the proper things to do and say and wear in an interview. And these are younger kids, and I don't remember anybody really teaching that in the way that
Oh
she
no.
broke it down to them. And it was amazing. So those are the types of things that you're doing that are needed because in this climate that we're in right now, education is not just inside the brick and mortar. It has to come from people who have gone before you. And that's what you
Yeah.
are doing with AIM. You're bringing people to these children so they don't have to seek the information out on their own, so that they can become better versions of themselves in their later lives. And I love that. I love that. Let's talk a little bit about the Teen Summit. Where is it going to be this year and when?
Okay. So the teen camp is June 26th
Mhm.
through the 29th. So
Okay.
it's a 4-day, 3-night, 26, 27, 28, 29. Yeah. 4-day, 3-night. And it will be back at the original location where we started 10 years ago. And that is the KOA
Oh,
campgrounds in
nice,
Conroe, Texas.
nice, nice. I
I'm
love
so
it.
excited because KOA is very conducive for our program, right?
Okay. Okay.
They have the swimming pool. They've got the multi-purpose center where our workshops take place, as well as
Okay.
our vendors and our college representatives. That's the meeting place.
Okay. Okay.
As a part of this program for the 4 days and 3 nights, the kids are fed, and you know that. The
Oh
kids are
yeah.
fed they're fed breakfast, lunch, and dinner the entire time they're there with
Nice.
unlimited snacks, you
Yes.
know?
Nice.
So they'll never go back home telling their parents that they didn't feed us.
Right. Right.
Uh,
You know
you
the
know,
thing
so
is, I get my plate. Yes,
yes, yes, yes, yes. So if there is anyone out there who is affiliated with a 12-year-old through an 18-year-old, please, please, please um, talk to their parents or sponsor them yourself. Encourage them to attend the camp. They will not be disappointed. You won't be disappointed. Um, when kids walk away, oh boy, they
yeah.
have friends for life.
Yes.
I've heard so many parents say, well, he's kind of shy, so he probably, it's going to probably take him a while to, open up. We had a young man last summer when his grandmother dropped him off. She said, he really doesn't have any friends. So I
Mhm.
hope that he's going to open up. It wasn't 30 minutes.
I love.
He was running this way and running that way, playing hide and go seek with this person, doing this and doing. He was all over the place. He was helping everybody do everything. He
Wow.
was. And he told his grandma, I can't wait to go back this year.
Oh wow! And it's funny that you said that 'cause something came to mind. When I was at the last one that was here in Houston, I can remember meeting one of the young ladies who had been a part of the program, who was coming back and
Oh, that's
giving
right.
back
She was coming
volunteering.
back as a staff member to volunteer.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the pepper. So you've been around long enough to where now you can kind of
Yep.
see that full circle with your past students, and that's remarkable. So I
Yeah.
again, I'd like to say to you how proud I am of you because
Thank
I
you.
know you personally, and I have always thought that this is something that we needed even back then, but
Right.
even now, more so in the schools, just like you say in AIM. So if you had to say there's one thing that you want to see for your brand and for AIM within the next year, what would that be?
I would love for AIM to have a community center,
Mm, wow.
and that community center to be open to the public for kids to come in and be able to do their homework, learn new skills.
Wow.
And you and I both know at this time in life or
Mhm,
society,
mhm.
everybody's not going to go to college.
Right. Right.
And so I want to be able to for them to have those resources to decide whatever they're going to do. If you're going to do a trade,
Absolutely.
military, start a business, work, whatever you're going to do, I want to be able to provide you with those tools
Yes.
to get there.
Yes.
Because
The
one thing we
physical,
all need is those basic tools, right?
absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
can't teach empathy, we can't teach any of
Right.
that. But we
Right.
have to be able to show our kids how to maneuver through society, so to speak.
Yes, and the
We got to
the
give them those soft
the
skills.
investment that's made into your children, um, parents I'm speaking to now, you make this investment at this age and you get a chance to see the fruits of your labor. Kids actually start wanting and thirsting for more. You just heard her say that there are children that are ready to return already. From one year to the next, they're wanting to return, and I'm so grateful that this is a thing that's out there because I have grandchildren that are coming of age and they're going to be attending as soon as they get old enough to be there. They're going to be attending as well. My dream for you, Marcy, is that you move from one state and then to another state and then to another state and to another state. That's what I see.
Thank you.
This is
Thank
not
you.
just something that's needed in our community that is Houston and the cities at large, but our entire country because of the
Mm,
current, like you said, there are young adults that don't know what to do and don't have anyone in their families who have even gone to college. That's still a thing. So there are people
yeah,
that first generation graduates coming out, and their moms don't know how to help them navigate through certain things. And
that's
I
right.
feel that when you helped me with my boys, that my mother passed away before I was able to get done with college, so I finished later in life. So helping my boys to navigate through their process was something I knew how to do. You helped me with my children. I'm so very grateful to you for that. But that's how precious this is and how needed it is. So I want you to continue on doing the things that you do. And I want you to say to me now and to the audience how they can, first of all, become a part of AIM if they're interested, how to reach you, how to reach out to AIM and to get in contact. I need all of the information, the websites, the Facebook pages, the all of your social media contact pages, and also repeat again the dates of the upcoming summer event.
Okay. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So the way you can reach me and AIM, we now have a website that's functioning. I believe it'll be released tomorrow. And
Okay.
that website is academiainmotion.com.
Okay. Okay.
So that's been a big work in progress. So thank God for that.
Amen.
academiainmotion.org. You can find us on Facebook. Uh, what is our Facebook? Academia in Motion, Youth and Family, I believe. I have to go back and double check that. But if you type in Academia in Motion on Facebook, all of
Mhm.
our stuff will come up. Okay.
Okay.
Same on TikTok and Instagram.
All right.
Let's see. Phone number 832-893-4290. And the camp is June 26th through the 29th for students ages 12 through 18. The fee is $350.
Mhm.
The fee has been $350 for 8 years.
Wow. Wow.
And that says a lot
Yes. Yes.
because there are camps out here for that are not 350, and you're not getting um, everything that you're getting out of this camp. Once
Absolutely.
again, you're getting room and board for 4 days, 3 nights,
Yes.
full meals, snacks, excuse me, workshops,
Yes.
t-shirts, backpacks, gaining friendships. Just, I
Yes.
mean, man, you can't
Things
go
that will
wrong.
keep
So
going and
please,
keep going. Memories, news they can use, information that is definitely something that's going to change the courses of their life, make them.
that's right. That's right. So if you know of a child or if you just want to make a donation, um, once again, you can go to our website, academiainmotion.org. You can make a donation. Um, we also accept Zelle and Cash App payments as well. So that's it.